Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be wrapping up our Strategic Command World War II World at War series. We're into the final turns, the game is coming to a close, the Allies have knocked the Japanese out of the war, they are also invading northern France, starting in our last episode. We've liberated Norway. The tide seems to have turned in the west and in the east in the favor of the Allies. The one exception is in India, where swarms of German panzers are overwhelming our defenses. We're racing forces in, but the Germans in the open countries, and even in some of the not-so-open terrain in India, are just blitzing through, creating havoc and causing problems. And so we'll see if we can hold on in India. We'll see if the result of the game is a Allied minor victory, a draw, or a minor Axis victory in this episode. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. It's been going on for 91 episodes now. I really have enjoyed playing this game. It's been a real big challenge with some of the big perks that we've given the Axis forces, with the experience perk, with the economy perk. So there have been some things that have given us some real big challenges. There have been some big mistakes on my part, not knowing the game as well 90 episodes ago compared to where we are now. It's not often that I get to wrap up a long-running series like this. There are very few games that I have run for as long as we've been running Strategic Command World War II World at War by Fury Software and published by Matrix and Slitherine Games. I've enjoyed my time with this. This is our second playthrough. We did one as the Axis. Didn't go quite as long as this one, but it's a special moment whenever you come to a conclusion of a series like this. I hope you guys really did enjoy the entire series. Leave your thoughts down below, maybe on what you'd like to see next, and I'll just step back and let you guys enjoy. Catch you guys at the end. And as always, thank you for the support of ending the turn and seeing what the Germans do. So we'll move forward to March of 47. I think we'll have 2 turns left. French partisans are disrupting supplies in France. Turkey swings 4%, so that'll make them 78% on the Allied side. We'll see if the Germans, like, operate a bunch of their air power back to France. That's... I mean, all their units are better than ours, so other than the amphibious landings where we've got a big advantage on that initial landing. Lord Mannix, thank you very much for the follow. German destroyers moving in against our carriers in the channel. Uh-oh, that carrier just moved within gun range of shore batteries. German battleship against our carrier here. How did they get through those lines? That's what I don't understand, is like if an Allied player moves its ships past enemy ships, it will take damage if it moves it through a hex that's occupied by an enemy. So that I don't understand that, because it seems like the AI does that all the time without penalties. So, you know, someone was saying, hey, do they play by the same rules? In those scenarios, it definitely does not feel like it. Meanwhile, London apparently has 0 hit points left, so London is a smoking pile of ruin. There goes that carrier. At least we ate up all the shell fire, I guess. A huge national morale hit to lose a carrier, though. German ground units launching counterattacks against our beachheads. They're all infantry, though. Alright, so that guy died. They got rid of that encirclement of that panzer unit here forward, although I can't imagine they're going to have much of any supply. They don't have a road link, at least. Armored units trying to break past our other units here in India. Driving east from Rory. Again, they haven't taken any cities that are supply centers yet, so you would think they would be in serious shit. Yeah, Lord Mannix, it's a fun game. They have no road connection. They have no supply centers. I don't understand. Really don't. All right, so the German units cut off there on the peninsula are suffering attrition. Even some of their units in India are suffering attrition. Some of the units in Russia are suffering attrition. So this makes no sense. 2 turns remaining. If we could get to Paris, I think it would ensure us a victory if we take Paris, but there's basically no chance that happens. I didn't even deploy my units last turn. I don't really have room to deploy them anywhere. Like, attacking these infantry, it's going to be a 3-0 loss. Alright, so Cherbourg is ours. I suppose Nantes may be difficult to attack because of entrenchments. Could that be the case? Our supply situation is also pretty poor. Okay. Alright, let's move these guys down here. There we go. We landed in southern France with some infantry. Okay, that's good news for us. Meanwhile, these German battleships are under weather. Alright, so we sank that battleship, got a lot of the national morale back from the units that we lost in the loss of our carrier. Move this carrier here. Set these guys to bomber. More enemy interceptors. Lots of carrier battles going on over the channel. Or carrier versus land-based, I suppose. Okay. Oh, at least drove those destroyers off. We use these battleships here against these destroyers to clear the channel. See, I moved over that unit and I took big time damage by moving adjacent. Alright, use my Jeep carrier air wings. Finish that destroyer off. So we drove one destroyer back. We drove another destroyer completely off. Nice. 0 to 6. I will take that. Fuck A. Alright, so we destroyed that German army. Okay, we're going to transport some troops in. Well, I can't transport them into a port I took this turn, I suppose. I don't understand how we're taking naval fire when they have no ammo. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So our supply situation is not good. Is it going to be any better next turn? Yes, actually. Substantially better. Because the Germans have so many troops that are not located on this front, we may actually have an advantage here. I can't get these guys on port. Or the ports are so damaged from the enemy bombardment that I can't actually get these troops on transports. They're so damaged from the V weapons. This is like Germany's dream is like, hey, if only the V weapons worked this well. Land in Germany. Ha! That's a suicide mission. But we've got some troops inside Germany now. Okay. Let's keep driving up. Eisenhower's leading the way in liberating all of northern Norway. The Eisenhower HQ is advancing along the northern coast of Norway. Meanwhile, we are just adjacent to Copenhagen. Reinforce these British jet fighters. Okay. These guys, these paratroopers, unfortunately, are stuck under bad weather, so they can't go anywhere. Be interesting to see if the Germans try and like pull these units in Spain back or something. Because we've got a pretty good foothold at the moment that just infantry alone may not dislodge us from. There's a chance they could manage it just because we don't have supply. So that's going to be a rough next turn. But we'll see. Meanwhile, we did destroy several German naval units. They're down to 16 naval units. In terms of units destroyed, any chance we actually destroyed more... what's their morale look like? It's dropping a little bit, but it's still absurdly high. Look at those casualties. The first turn in forever that their casualties almost match their income. Ted Phillips and Grim Extendez, thank you very much for the follow. These guys got to be pretty much out of shells. So we'll bring the U.S. Patent Headquarters in next turn. Actually, I can bring... I can't bring him in this turn. They'll have to come in next. But Brest will be ours next turn. Okay. This unit can't move, so I'm not worried about the Brest coastals. Okay. Alright, we'll bring more heavy artillery in to support the defense of Karachi. Pierre Gallows, thank you very much for the follow. Of course. These guys have no supply. They have 0 supply, and yet if I attack them, I'm 4-0. My air power can't even do anything against them. How does that make any sense? Seriously? Where's their ammunition coming from? That's gotta be a bug. There's no way that makes any sense. Alright, we'll drop this headquarter in. Alright, we're going to use these heavy tanks in an amphibious assault on the German rear. Not that it'll matter, because the game's going to end before it would matter. And with one turn left, there's really no reason to do much with anybody who's not already on a transport, I suppose. I don't even think these guys are going to arrive in time. They're not. They're still 2 turns away. So much for the Asia Pacific, or I guess the front therein. Yeah. The AI occupying Russia seems to like be turned off because they're not even trying to move these air units out that are taking attrition damage. If they attack and do any damage with no supply, I'm going to be pretty damn irritated. I just don't understand that. I don't care how good their morale is. Their morale isn't even good. It's 43, 1 morale, 43 readiness. What the fuck? There might be an option to continue after this date. Neuhauser? I'm not sure. Let's deploy our new British units. Hey, the Rangoon Corps is here. Oh, I forgot. Let's not forget about these guys. Not those. USS New Headquarters. Joy. What I was thinking of is these guys might... Oh, they don't have any long-range transports available because they're minor allies? Well, that blows. I guess we just have to throw them on regular transports and race them forward. Alright. Well, we'll go and end this turn here and pick things up in a second here. So we're moving into April of 1947, and we'll see what comes of it. Spanish Republicans carry out guerrilla attacks in Spain. More success in Turkey, diplomatically. Some ships in the North Sea or Dodger Bank area getting hit by rough seas. We could continue on Riener, but I kind of threw everything with sort of a last chance invasion of France. So continuing on may not make a ton of sense, at least from my perspective. Given I've just like dropped a whole bunch of troops in like the rear of like in Germany and things like that. But we'll see. Okay, Germany's AI is thinking. I'm hoping that dropping troops in Germany sort of short circuits the AIs. No, I didn't forget to sway Turkey, Neuhauser. I did sway Turkey. They moved 5% toward the Axis. Or toward the Allies. So German bombers in southern Russia are hitting the Indian front. That's not good. But yeah, I'm hoping that my invasion of northern Germany with those British troops there sort of short circuits the German understanding of what to do. You can see they did just destroy one of our units there east of Cherbourg. Okay. Defensive artillery. Like, if you don't have any supply, you're destroying half an army? Really? How is that possible? With what ammo, sir? With what ammo? Oh, they came into our fucking rear, destroyed the headquarters unit that was on transports, and took Cherbourg. Because the AI doesn't have to play by the zone of control rules either, it doesn't seem. I get that I'm playing on a harder difficulty and that we've got the AI a big advantage, but, like, it would still be nice if they have to play by largely the same rules. Verbu magic. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Apparently, someone should have told Napoleon that. If you just got a really experienced army, it doesn't matter if you have no supplies. I don't know if they're actually cheating, Reaper. It just feels like it. I may be speaking unfairly to the game. Okay, one turn remaining. Well, the good news is England is safe, so presumably we're about to enter into some sort of negotiated peace. It'll either be a minor German victory, a draw, or a minor Allied victory. I'm not quite sure. The fact that we have Tokyo, I think, is a big plus for us, but the Germans have Moscow, so it may actually end up being a slight defeat for us. Okay. There's nothing I can do here by the looks of it. Bombard this German army with heavy artillery. Yeah. You think this is the world where Indy failed and the Germans got the Ark? Perhaps. Alright, let's do a fighter sweep to draw out some German fighters. Oof. I wish I could choose not to do a strike, but to actually just, like... Instead of strike the ground, I wish I could say, like, do a fighter sweep. Apparently tactical air forces can't do anything versus that. What the fuck? Oh, they're in a port. That was silly. Odense. Well, at least we liberated most of the Netherlands. Or, not the Netherlands. We liberated most of Denmark. Sometimes I swear. I just spew out garbage. Alright. Alright, Alright, they're going to counterattack and probably destroy a bunch of those units. I don't really care about Europe anymore at this point. The game is over next turn. The key is making sure that they don't overrun India. So we'll counterattack this armored unit. Should have used my tactical air against it. Again, bombers are jack worthless. Got it. Well, we finally destroyed German tanks with no ammo. Huzzah for us. Alright, let's move this third armored. It's too bad they can't land there. So there's 3 German headquarters units here. I think we might actually, if we had enough time, be able to turn India into a quagmire form. With all of this armor and headquarters of ours transiting from nearby theaters. It would be incredibly bloody, but I think we could wipe this force out. At least I like to imagine it. Alright, move him here. Move this headquarter unit forward. Move this headquarter unit over here. We really just have to make sure they can't completely break through and overwhelm us, which I think we've done. So at this point, there's not really much sense in moving anything else. This is the last turn. So let's end it, and we'll see what happens. Japan fell, just a strategy lever. So Japan surrendered. Turkey swings 19%. That might actually be enough to get Turkey in the war on the Allied side. Said 19%, right? So that would put them at like 90-something. Usually that's when they start mobilizing and then they declare war within a turn or so. Maybe there's one more turn. Maybe I misunderstood it, the way the game works. Perhaps turn 0 is actually a turn. I'm going to take some losses here from being lazy, probably. The funny thing is the West Front right now in France is basically like World War I. Why did they withdraw that unit? I guess it took casualties. But that's going to let me drop an armored unit in their rear. Probably wipe out one of their headquarters units. Last minute, Turkey mobilizes, wipes out the Axis, recreates the Ottoman Empire. Alright, they're going to destroy that. Oh, maybe not. They almost destroyed that Jeep carrier. Goddamn V weapons. Flattening Portsmouth. London's recovered a little bit. They're up to 2. They were at 0. Rip to that American corps. A second invasion of Europe will fail. These German super soldiers are just better, apparently. Equal technology, but their experience makes them so super that they can just overrun enemy units without even taking casualties. German cavalry in India. Lol. Armored units trying to flank in India. Neuhauser, I don't think they're working on the game anymore. They have released Strategic Command World War I since, so this game is a couple of years old, and there's a newer game in the series out. I could be wrong. They may still be throwing patches and stuff out, but I'm not really sure. The funny thing here is if I wipe out their headquarters units here, they are in serious shit. Well, they should be anyway. But again, I guess zero supply head units can still do damage in this case. More attrition. They're just going to let those guys, like, starve. Turkey prepares for war. Turkey joins the Allies. Do we actually get one more turn? Did I misunderstand that? That may have bit me in the ass by not moving some of those other naval units. Yeah, apparently there is a turn 0. Fuck. Okay, so Turkey's now in the Allies. None of their troops are really close enough to the border to do anything. I guess they can invade here. Invading! Probably should have spent time like reinforcing these units. Wonder what fighter that is. That doesn't look familiar. Okay. Oh, they also they destroyed my unit here, but they never reoccupied Sicily. Some of the scripting seems odd. Why would they do that? Why would they not? Okay. Are there any other German warships I can easily destroy out here? Just because I like destroying warships. It's always fun. Sinking the German Navy. Oh, come on. There we go. Slight national morale bonus for destroying a German destroyer. I like Ike driving up Norway all by himself. "17 German naval units left. Taking Copenhagen would have been cool. Essen is ours. We're in the Ruhr Valley. Oh, that's funny. Whatever. None of that matters. India's the only thing that matters at this point. Let's drop our tanks in the rear. Overrun this headquarter unit. We didn't destroy it, but we did badly shoot it up. They're driving north there? How did we not destroy that guy? There we go. Alright. I'll take those casualties. Enemy cavalry. Alright, so third armored landed in their rear. Can these guys get anywhere? No. Not anywhere where they can then attack. We'll pull this headquarter back to Lahore. operate these mechanized units forward to Peshawar. Do these guys actually have supply? Like, how? From where? I guess these headquarter units? Still. Alright, operate this tank forward. Yeah, I should have moved those other land units forward. That would have been smart. Okay, I don't think they're going to take anything important in India, so we're just going to end the turn and we'll see where the game ends. It was pretty clear our invasion in France was kind of stop cold. So, kind of accelerated things. Didn't spend as much time on these last few turns, but by the last two turns, an Axis tactical victory. Okay. So we still lost, I guess because they got Moscow. We did win Tokyo, but the fact that the Germans weren't kicked out of the continent or weren't even really negated from their territories here in France is why it was a tactical victory for the Axis. So a defeat for us. I didn't see an option to continue, by the way. There's nowhere where it said continue, so I know you guys said you could. Germany had 38,000 MPPs. Holy shit. We did knock Italy out of the war, though. Italy and Japan were both knocked out of the war, although Italy is occupied by Germany, so maybe that's why. Wow. Definition-wise, tactical doesn't make sense? Yeah. By the way, look at how hollow Germany is. There's like no troops in Germany. If we had landed like in southern France simultaneous to this, they would have been in serious trouble. Where are their troops? They have like 150 units. Where are they all? Wow, Germany has a ton of air units that are all withering away in Russia because they didn't know what to do with them when Japan surrendered. Look at this massive air armada. Just ready to go at China, but nowhere, no way to do it because China wasn't at war. The Caucasus was pretty open. They did have a fair number of troops in Italy itself. You can see Italy, southern Italy's crammed full. A Incheon type landing at like La Spezia near the end there could have been very successful. And then in Iran, this is where they pushed a lot of their mobile forces to, the majority of their remaining armor here. And 5 headquarters units. Wow. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it. This has been a really long-running series that we've been doing for quite a while. I hope you guys did enjoy this series. It was a lot of fun for me. Again, kind of raced through the last few turns, but we were past the point where anything was really going to be decided. Still, again, I enjoyed the series. I enjoy the game. I'm not sure what we'll do next. I know some people suggested doing multiplayer of this. I'm not sure I want to play this again quite so quickly. I'd consider Strategic Command World War I from the Entente side. I have played in one from the Central Powers side, but an Entente playthrough could be fun for that. But I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know your thoughts. To everybody who came out to the stream today, thank you very much. Quite a few new followers today. Pretty good turnout. And this is sort of an unusual, not a typical normal hour stream for me. I would do War in the East Bleached Acid, but War in the East 2 is coming out early next year, so it seems a little bit silly to start a series on my channel because that would probably take the better part of a year or more to play through, probably more. And to do War in the East now, right before War in the East 2 comes out, I will do War in the East 2. That's what I'll say. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.